you. A very good morning and a very warm welcome to all of you. We are privileged to have esteemed guests with us, Dr. Balakrishnan Muniapan and Dr. Isabel Franco. Welcome to our session. And thank you, sir, thank you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and willing to share your insights with us. I first invite Dr. Balakrishna Muniapan, who is a specialist in HRM and employment law. He was conferred the Best Professor in HRM Award at World Education Conference, Asia's Educational Excellence Award to Singapore, and the World HRD Conference 2017 in Mumbai. He is also visiting professor in HRM, and he has served as an external examiner for PhD thesis in HRM for several universities within Asia, Africa, and Europe. With his immense background and experience in HRM and publications reputed journals, I am sure that this session will be highly insightful for us. Thank you, sir. Once again, over to you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Mas. And I would also like to thank the organizer, the VIT-AP School of Business, specifically Professor Dr. Arun Kumar, for the invitation for me to speak at this conference. Let me share my slide. The presentation time that is given to me is 15 minutes. So within the 15 minutes, I will try to provide to the participants who are attending this conference the essence of sustainable HRM, human resource management practices in a digital era. Okay, let's move into the objective and outcome of the session. So within 15 minutes, by the end of the 15 minutes of my talk, it is expected that the participants will be able to learn and reflect on the impact of changing environment and challenges of sustainable HRM practices in the digital era. Now, let's move into some of the core concepts that we will be looking at in this presentation. We are all aware, we all know that at the present moment, we live in a world that is a digital world. Okay, digital world have enabled us to communicate. I am speaking to you from Malaysia, from Penang, Malaysia. And we have participants who are also attending this conference from all parts of the world, not only in India. So how are we communicating? How are we connecting? It is due to the world that we live today, in a technological world or a digital world. And the world that we live today is also called the VUCA world. We also live in the VUCA world apart from being in a digital world. So what do we mean by VUCA? I'm sure if you do a search, you will find a lot of research, a lot of things about VUCA that has been written and also researched. So VUCA simply means we are in a world that is volatile, that is uncertain, that are complex, and also ambiguous. So participants, to know more about the impact of VUCA in all disciplines, you can do some search about VUCA. In many journal articles that has been written related to the impact of VUCA to HRM, to finance, to marketing, to operation, and many more field of studies. Now, we know that we are in a VUCA world. We know that we are in a digital world. So what is the impact to organizations, to companies, to industries? How they should deal with it? This is what we're going to look at. This is what I'm going to explore within the next 12 minutes. If the organization, not only organization, in fact, even you, all the participants, if you want to remain where you are, you feel happy with your position now, with your whatever things that you are doing now. You are very comfortable. You feel safe. Let me tell you, it will be very difficult if you want to look at it in next 5 to 10 years. Not on, you don't have to wait for next 5 to 10 years, even next 1, 2 to even 3 years. We see almost every day throughout the world, many things are changing. So it is about time companies as well as individuals, they need to overcome that fear zone which is in their mind. For individuals, it is in their mind. For companies, it is in their leadership. They need to move towards a learning zone. All of you, I'm sure, you are attending these conferences, all these conferences that you are attending, you are in a learning zone. You need to move into a learning zone in order to grow. Organization grows, individual also grows. Now, coming into sustainability, since my topic, I'm going to look into HRM, sustainability in a digital era. When you hear the word sustainability, the triple bottom line, looking into the 3 P's, people, planet, and profit. You will come across these 3 P's. Now, what is sustainability? Well, as far as a literature is concerned, there are abundance of articles, journal articles, research papers that has been written about sustainability from various perspectives, not only HR. I'm just taking HR here from the perspective of sustainability. But sustainability, let me tell you, is a multidisciplinary field. Multidisciplinary is not only within a field of management. Even if you take the field of management, it is also multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary. You have a blend of psychology, social psychology, anthropology, political science, economics, finance, everything is there in a management. Even if you take sustainability, even more. Yeah, areas related to technology, science, and many other fields, disciplines also contributes to sustainability. So, in a nutshell, when you say sustainability, it is all about fulfilling the needs of current generation without compromising the need of future generation to ensure balance between the economic growth, environmental care, and social well-being. So, when we are looking at sustainability from the HR perspective, it is about how HRM in the organization. See, HRM also undergoes so many changes. Roles of HRM in the organization also have changed. Not only like what Dave Ulrich have mentioned about more than 20 years ago, HRM role as a strategic business partner, employee champion, change agent, administrative expert. But now HRM also plays a role about how you can, promote sustainability. Okay, so all the core HRM processes within the organization must be brought into play to support the sustainable strategy. So when you say HRM processes or activity, it includes like how do we attract talent, how do we develop talent, how do we pay or even reward the talent, how do we retain talent, as well as the managerial support and communication, organizational culture, all this must be aligned towards sustainability, support of the sustainability. So, looking into how organization can leverage digital technology to foster sustainability, I have many here. But for this presentation, let me give you maybe 4, and I can just summarize it into 4 areas. The first one first one that I would like to speak is about digitalization of the HR processes. The HR process has also gone through many changes. Now with the human resource information system, a lot of changes have taken place. So when we say digitalization of HR processes, it is the integration of the digital technologies like AI. I'm sure you are very familiar now with AI. There are many AI tools that are available in management today. It's not only about the artificial intelligence or AI, the big data analytics, automation, into HR. It needs to be integrated into HR to offer enhanced efficiency, effectiveness, and transparency. When you say efficiency means you are doing things right. Effectiveness means doing the right things. Sustainable HR practices can leverage these tools to streamline, like when you do like HR functions like recruitment, selection, training, performance management, employee engagement, and many more. That's number one. Number two is that when we talk about sustainable HR practices in a digital era, I need to look at the world, the way work is done. Work and work requirement, job and job requirement also keeps changing. Today we are in an environment where we call the workforce. Today, maybe some of you, if you do a search, you will find the term agile workforce. Agile workforce means this era is not the era of a traditional work that we used to go and do in an organization where we need to clock in at 9 and then we come back at 5. Well, I'm not saying that we are not doing it. We are still, many organizations are still doing it 9 to 5 work, but the nature of the work have changed. I'm sure you know that during the time of COVID, many organizations have experimented flexible or even work from home, remote work. With technology, it is made possible. So agile workforce management, in the digital era, you need to understand that the traditional notions of work is changing, leading to a rise of remote work, gig economy, platforms. There are many. Malaysia, I can tell you examples from Malaysia, many. Even in India, you have so many where in terms of, not only in terms of transportation, in terms of food, many of people who are working, they are the gig economic. They're working in this type of environment, and also flexible working arrangement that are available in many organizations. So sustainable HR practices must embrace agile workforce management strategies to prioritize employee well-being, diversity, inclusion, and so on. That's number two. Number three, you need to look at the other part. When we are looking at technology, there are also, technology can be seen from the positive angle and a negative angle. Of course, I'm not going to go into that in depth. But the one particular thing that is being concerned, that is considered to be a major concern, is the data governance, ethical data governance, the data governance. Because with the proliferation of data-driven HRM practices, organizations also face ethical consideration regarding data privacy, security, and transparency. So sustainable HR practitioners must uphold the ethical principles in data governance, ensuring responsible collection, use, and protection of employee data while safeguarding individuals' rights and promoting trust amongst the stakeholders. And the last one, number 4, on the sustainable HR practices in a digital era, is that the need for organization and also the individual to continuously upskill themselves. That is the lifelong learnings and skills development, because a digital transformation needs people to always update, upskills. You can't be happy with where you are. Just like in the earlier slide that I have shown, being in a comfort zone, you must always be willing to learn new things. You must be able to unlearn, learn, and relearn. Unlearn. Sometimes certain things that we have used to do in the past, we need to unlearn in order to learn and relearn. So that's why sustainable HR practices must prioritize lifelong learning initiatives that empower employees to acquire new skills, foster innovation, and drive organizational agility, thereby enhancing long-term competitiveness and sustainability. And in conclusion, okay, because limited time, I cannot talk too much. So I just want to conclude here. Sustainable HR practices in a digital era require holistic approach that integrates, the most important thing, the integrating technological innovation with ethical consideration, by also taking into consideration of the stakeholder engagement with a long-term value creation. So by embracing these principles, organizations can cultivate a resilient, adaptive workforce capable of driving sustainable growth and societal impact in increasing the world today that is called interconnected world that we live today, that is digital, and a world today that is considered to be the VUCA world. All right. So that's the end of my presentation. I hope I have done it within the given time of 15 minutes. Thank you to everyone. And thank you once again to Professor Arun Kumar and also VIT-AP School of Business for the invitation. All right. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Mas.
Thank you, sir. And that was quite insightful for us, understanding. Thank you for enlightening us on VUCA and linking it with sustainability and in the digital era. Thank you so much, sir. And now I